they would have answered a few more questions. The answer to that is no, and the only argument he's going to give you is the one I just gave. Right? And because he has friendship as well. You know, Epicureanism has this spirit of friendship, but why should you not, if you could, by trampling over others, avoid pain? Answer, you won't, because by trampling over others, you will, first of all, break the rules of your society and lay yourself open to the fear of punishment. And second of all, you will lay yourself open to, that's a fear that you will never be able to escape. Even if you could escape the actual punishment that's being threatened, you'll always worry, and eventually the kind of life, if you sort of trample over others with impunity for the sake of pleasure, you won't need to do that. The kind of life that you'll be leading then will be a sort of tyrannical, luxurious life that will, you know, and that someone who therefore follows natural and necessary pleasures is not going to want to do that, because he's not, why? Because it's ignoble? No, because you have no need. So yes, I agree. And then the very next question is exactly the one you asked, Mark, and what everyone should be asking. Well, yes, you happen to have no need, but what if the opportunity, you know, to do it with Guy G's ring, right? They never face up to Guy G's ring. They don't. That's too much hypothesizing. What did Lucretius say about science? Stop asking too many questions. You go to your atoms and you go to your void. That's it. And this is too much of a question, right? It's a very homely sort of philosophy, which may simply mean an inadequate philosophy, you know, homespun kind of. But yes, don't hypothesize about Guy G's ring. Take your pleasures. Take the animal that you are, the reality of the animal that you are, and learn from it, and act accordingly, and make that animal live happily, which will be serenely, not trampling over others. Use your noggin. Use your, you know, just use your sense. Okay, fate and free will. I'm not going to say too much about this because, you know, we don't really have the answers, but you should just sort of know that. So Plato and Aristotle weren't materialists. Modern physics is a materialist. Is a kind of materialist. The only thing that exists is matter, you know, whether in the form of energy or whatever. But it's you know, what are the currently strings? Who the But matter, right? In Greek terms, it all means matter to Greeks, and matter behaves as it does through physical laws of causation, which, you know, don't have exceptions, or if you start finding exceptions, you start looking for another law to try and make sense of what's going wrong with your hypotheses and so on. So that implies determinism. That implies that if we are just atoms in the void, now Plato and Aristotle work, they believe form exists and forms are not material, and they did not believe that matter behaved with perfect regularity. We saw Plato had somebody said that about the stars in book 7 of the Republic. It would be really stupid to think that the stars never kind of deviate and, you know, move unpredictably. Whereas we believe the opposite. We believe that we can. In theory, if you had the best theory, you could predict it all. From an initial state, you could predict the outcome. That seems that Epicurean atomism is liable to that. The Stoics, by the way, embraced determinism. We have no free will. We have no free will at all, and yet virtue is the goal, and you can be blamed for all the bad stuff you do. I don't think I have time to talk about that, but it's a very interesting philosophical view. But and that's Stoic predestination, the green box. But the Epicureans rebelled against Stoic predestination and thought that, look, why do you think I've been arguing that you should not live in fear of the gods and in fear of superstition and fear of death, and then you go and put yourself in the hands of a gods or whatever they're like, whether capricious or not, they're certainly beyond our ken. We don't know exactly what they're like. That would be terrible. So we need to preserve our free will if we want to live without anxiety. If we want to live serenely, And Lucretius, the only source we have for this is the Swerve, right, the famous Epicurean Lucretian Swerve. In book 2, we read the passage. Let's read it together. This is the only, these 2 pages of Lucretius are the only evidence we have that survived from antiquity of a theory of the Swerve. There's nothing in Epicurus that mentions it that has survived. But we assume Lucretius got it from Epicurus or from Democritus or something. If atoms do not by swerving, so Lucretius, by the way, is not thought to be an original philosopher of his own. He is a follower who is summarizing the school and making it work. Preaching. He's a preacher. If atoms do not by swerving cause new moves which break the laws of fate, if cause forever follows in infinite sequence cause, where would we get this free will that we have, wrested from fate, by which we go ahead, each one of us, wherever our pleasures urge, don't we also swerve at no fixed time or place, but as our purpose directs us? So he has posited that there is this, shades of Heisenberg and all of that. He's posited that atoms actually have this kind of innate, it's a property of atoms that they can just deviate from their downward. Atoms are falling downward in the void by weight. And he anticipates Galileo and says they're all falling at the same speed. None catches up with the other because there's no resistance from the void, and so it's just going straight down in line. There would be no collisions. So how are we going to get combinations happen? Oh, there has to be at some point a little swerve, and then you just get one collision, and then the billiard balls start hitting another billiard ball, and before you know it, you get a great big hurly-burly of combinations. Including, and the same sort of thing is happening inside of us. Of course, you sort of want to ask Epicurus or Democritus, well, why don't you just start with them going in different directions? Why do they have to start with them going straight down parallel, And no one asked him that question. But so instead we had to have this swerve, which the Stoics then mocked, because they said, well, isn't this brachial principle that nothing comes from nothing? It seems completely uncaused. And we don't know, no satisfactory answers were given from the Epicureans to this thing. But the important point, I think, is that when he says that